Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about what are play-to-earn crypto games. So I think play-to-earn is a fascinating concept in cryptocurrency. Although cryptocurrency play-to-earn games were not the first ever play-to-earn, we're going to cover a little bit of the history of play-to-earn. I'm going to show you what are some things or what are some actual games you can play to be able to earn real cryptocurrency that has a real value. You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. For almost the first time ever, as a game player, you can earn a part-time and in some cases a full-time income, and in a few cases an extraordinary income by literally playing play-to-earn type crypto games. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, in a nutshell, a play-to-earn game is nothing more where there's a task you can do inside the game, and instead of winning game gold or some sort of, fantasy loot, you actually are able to get something that you can trade back in for real value. So imagine an in-game currency, but it's not an in-game currency like you play, some sort of, Facebook game or some sort of Amazon Android game or, Play Store game on your phone and you get that little in-game gold, where this is where you can actually cash out that in-game gold. But that in-game gold is a true cryptocurrency. So let's go into some of these games right now and let me talk about them. So just a few examples. By the way, this list is not going to be exhaustive. I'm going to be covering more play-to-earn content on my channel because there are incredible passive income opportunities in games as well. There's so many different ways you can earn in this space that I think it needs to be discussed. And it's a space that I've been interested in a long time. I haven't talked about it on my channel just because I haven't had the time, but as I go deeper and deeper in the play to earn space, particularly with cryptocurrency, then I want you to know what's going on and to be aware of it because there are extraordinary opportunities. There's something for everyone in this space. Look, even if you're not a cryptocurrency gaming enthusiast, even if you're not a video gamer or a gaming enthusiast, the play-to-earn space is where the real metaverse is taking place. It's not on Facebook. Mr. Zuck has no idea what he's talking about. The real metaverse is going to be in the play-to-earn space. So literally, there are going to be entrepreneurs in this space, just like Project Entropia or Entropia Universe as it's known today. Many of you don't even know anything about this, but this is one of the original play-to-earn projects. I'll get to this in a moment. There are going to be opportunities for entrepreneurs to be able to literally operate real world businesses in this space. So I'm going to be talking about that in today's video as well. These are projects that are pretty well developed. They have a history. Also, I'm going to go through projects that kind of show us the history of the play to earn space as well. These are not projects of concept, if you will. Many of these have some sort of active, at least the first ones have a very active ecosystem already that exists. Many of them have a very strong player base already and is growing stronger all the time. At the same time, with each project, I'm going to tell you some of the ways that you can earn in each project, and I'm just going to kind of recap what goes on. And also on my videos, I like to tell you the good, the bad, the ugly. So I'll tell you some of the negatives as well to each one of these projects. The first project we're going to be talking about on your screen right now is called Entropia Universe Today. When I played it, it was called Project Entropia. This thing has been around for a very long time. It's been over a decade this project has been in existence. But this project is actually not a cryptocurrency-based project. I've only have it on the screen because you actually it does have a play to earn mechanic. And I want you to understand where this space kind of is getting its start from. Now, Entropia, if you haven't figured out, this is a combination of entrepreneur and utopia. The idea behind Project Entropia early on was they were going to create a fully functional in-game player economy with economic cycles and everything. And the hope or the goal early on, it was a bit of an experiment in the earliest years, and the hope was, can we create a fully player-based economy? So what happens in this game is you can get into the game, you can download it, you can set up an account, you can start playing right away. And you can, inside the game, you can start running around. You can't go too far in the game. You end up getting, bit up or eat up by monsters or whatever. But you can, spend a little money in the game. You can get a gun and I don't know what it would cost today, but, back in the day, it wasn't very expensive. You could spend 20, 30, 40 bucks, get a gun, get some bullets. You could go out hunting. You could, find other people. That's a full-on massive multiplayer type game. You can find other people that socialize inside the game. People have houses in the game. People had vehicles in the game. They'll have beach parties where they'll go hang out at a beach somewhere in the game. And there'll be announcements to this. There's whole clans that will get together and have parties and hang out together. And there's this whole social aspect. But from play to earn, the primary way to play to earn was to go around and hunt these different creatures that exist. Now, this is a crazy looking creature, but there's a lot of different creatures in the game, everything from small game to big monsters. And you would go out and you would hunt these monsters, and when you hunt them, they drop loot. And when they drop that loot, you can sell that loot for a real profit inside of the game, meaning that you can earn the in-game currency and you can literally cash it out for real money. Also inside the game, people find items. They find rare items, rare, rare weapons or whatnot. And almost every weapon in the game can be sold on the in-game auction house. That's what it used to be. It was like an in-game marketplace. And you can sell almost all items in the game can be sold on that in-game marketplace. And people can sell vehicles and they can sell all sorts of stuff inside of there. Also, the game has land deeds. So if you want to invest more money, and it used to cost a lot of money, there's land deeds that exist, and you can take those land deeds and you can buy them. And what happens is when people hunt on your land or they find rare loot on your land, you would get a percentage of that. And it can be a form of a passive income. Now, back then, some of those land deeds went for crazy amounts of money. I was reading on the website, and I see that they recently, by the way, they're using the term metaverse. They never, ever used that term a decade ago. 10-year space anniversary. This game is older than 10 years in all. I think they went into space. They had a space planet 10 years ago. This game's got to be closer to 20 years old. I'd have to look it up. But this is kind of what it looks like inside the game. But I saw down here where they had estate deeds acquired in record time. They recently sold 800,000 deeds inside of 22 minutes. So the metaverse is like the new thing right now. Land deeds, everybody trying to buy land, speculate on in video game type lands is a really hot thing right now. And obviously it makes sense because if you can own a piece of a land deed in a real game and you can make a passive income with it, then that could be a pretty lucrative investment. Now, here's a problem with Project Entropia. It's mostly for most people, it's a vastly negative play to earn environment, meaning you're not really going to make a profit from it. A lot of times you spend money to buy armor, you spend money to buy weapons, to buy bullets for your weapons. The loot you get ends up being a little bit less than what you end up spending overall. Now, sometimes you get lucky. It's a little bit like gambling. Sometimes you get lucky and you get good loot and you make a profit. But if you play enough, ultimately, over time, you end up operating at a negative. Plus, the game is very, very, very centralized. It's never been able to get to a full player economy, but it still offers a very unique gaming experience when I played in the past. Now, from Project Entropia, we go into CryptoKitties. Now, the only reason I bring up CryptoKitties because I think this is one of the stupidest things on the planet. However, CryptoKitties brought gaming to the blockchain in a very unique way, and it also combined NFTs for the first time. So let's explain briefly what an NFT is. An NFT is any in-game asset that is actually sellable outside of the game. So CryptoKitties, actually, you can sell and buy CryptoKitties on third-party marketplace, places like OpenSea, for example, which is basically the eBay of NFTs. And so you can own a little cat, you can buy a cat in this game, and it's actually yours. Like you literally can take that little cat and you can send it to somebody else's wallet, just like a cryptocurrency, then they have it. What an NFT stands for, by the way, is non-fungible token. Now, this is different from Bitcoin. You see, one Bitcoin is identical to another Bitcoin. That's why all Bitcoins have the same value. That makes Bitcoin fungible. Non-fungible means every one is different from another. Therefore, it becomes unique. It can have unique properties that in some cases can make it valuable. So that's the idea behind CryptoKitties. Now, with CryptoKitties, the only way that you really make money is you just speculate on your cat. Does somebody else want your cat? It doesn't do anything unique. It's not an actual in-game item that's going to give you an advantage inside the game other than the fact that you get together. You say you own this cat and this cat. You breed them together. You spend a little Ethereum. You get a third cat. That third cat, you can sell it if somebody wants it. Normally right now, the game's in the early days, everybody was trying to get into the game. Everybody wanted to buy cats, so the cats you could sell them for a profit. But most of the time now, people are just speculating on, does someone want to buy my cat? You know, why would somebody get into this game? Because they think cats are cool? I mean, I don't really know. But the only way to actually make money in the game is to breed. Hope you get a rare cat that someone's willing to pay for. But even if you get a rare cat, there's no guarantee that someone's going to pay for it. You're basically creating duplicatable art. And there's somebody else, NFT art, and there's somebody else that's going to have to want to buy that art. It's not going to change their life or make their life any more enjoyable than they can just log into their account and say, oh, I got this, you know, cute little cat, if you will. By the way, here's a catalog. Let's take a look at this. Cattributes. Here's what the cats look like. These are your cheap ones, and they go up, by the way. Exclusive cats. These are exclusive. And if I was logged into my MetaMask right now, I could probably see how much these cats were worth. And they get expensive. Like some of these cats go for $1 million. Why? I have no idea. The only reason I point out CryptoKitties is because they really were the first ones, the big players. I mean, they did millions and millions of dollars in revenue generated on this platform in a game that, you know, basically was player owned. The player owned their own NFTs. The players were able to use a smart contract to breed. A smart contract meaning a program. No, there was no third party necessary for them to breed one cat to another. There's basically a program that says, hey, if you put these traits and these traits together, then you have a certain percentage to get another type of trait. And those combinations are what make the cats all very, very unique. And someone wanting some rare trait for their CryptoKitty collection is why the cats would have value. But all these cats are sellable on the blockchain. These are all non-fungible tokens. Unlike Project Entropia, where you can't really sell anything in this game to somebody else other than on the in-game marketplace. Now, before we go any further, I'm going to start showing you where do we went from CryptoKitties, because the next play-to-earn game made a huge, huge upgrade to the dynamics or the player economy, if you will. And before we get to that, I want to say this. If you love earning passive income in cryptocurrency, go down the description, subscribe to our Crypto Passive Profits newsletter. It's totally free to join, and you can start learning other ways to earn passive income with cryptocurrency. Now, from CryptoKitties, there were two players that happened to be developers, game developers, that met playing CryptoKitties, and they realized there's a lot of room to improve this. They created what today is known as Axie Infinity. It is a very much a active game right now. In fact, you're looking at my account right now. These are 3 Axies that are in my account. I have several teams of these Axies. A team of Axies includes 3 different Axies. These Axies all have different attributes, kind of like those little CryptoKitties. These little guys have different eyes, different color, different little horns on their head, different things on their back, different things on their tail. But this is a battle game. All of these actually correspond to a card. Just like a lot of your collectible card games, these cards have attributes, and you can go inside of an arena and you can literally play each other with your non-fungible tokens. You can fight each other. It's very interesting with this game. And what happens is when you win in the game, you can win SLP, which is also known as Smooth Love Potion. This SLP right now it's selling for about 2 cents each right now, and you can literally win probably between $50 to $100 playing in a month playing Axie Infinity. And that's because the SLP price is down right now. It has been much higher. It's been as high as almost 30 cents at the highest. But it's a very interesting concept. Now there's just to show you an idea of how active this game is. You can come inside the marketplace. You can see right now at the time of this video, you're going to see there are a lot of transactions taking place. Come to the dashboard. In the past 24 hours, there's been $6.6 million in volume. There's been 48,000 Axies sold. There's land play coming. This hasn't been fully developed yet. This land is very, very expensive, as you can see here. $12,000, $20,000, $22,000, $55,000. And people are speculating on this land because we don't fully know how the land play is going to work. It's coming out later next year. There's also items. There's supposed to be some crafting mechanics coming along, in-game items that you can put on your land. We think that's going to give you some sort of advantages. We don't really actually know what those advantages are going to be yet. So when you see these prices, people are basically just speculating on prices at this time. But ladies and gentlemen, this game, there's so many different ways to earn right now. You can buy a team of Axies. You can battle. When you battle, you end up earning a little bit of SLP. You can also breed your Axies and sell them for a profit. Now, there are certain times in the game that's more, a few months ago that was very easy. Right now it's more challenging because the overall price of Axies are down. Why is the overall price of Axie down? Because the SLP prices, all this is connected. The SLP prices are down. When the SLP prices are down, then you're not going to earn as much playing with your Axies. So the overall price of Axies goes down. When SLP prices go back up, you'll see the price of Axies overall go back up. And I got a feeling that when lands come into play, you're going to see land prices going up as well. This is without question the most complete play-to-earn game that exists anywhere in the marketplace with the largest player base, period. But it's not without its own share of problems. The main problems right now is they're trying to create a more fully functional player-based economy, and that's very challenging because the more people who are winning SLP, you got a lot more people that are taking the SLP and selling it on the market for a profit. And this is the overall, you can see right here is a bunch of crazy price action right here. The game goes in these big ebbs and flows, and right now we're on the low side of that, so I think that means it's probably a good time to get into the game. At least that's why I'm getting in right now, because it's quite low. So I'm really scaling up my position, buying more teams. I probably own, at this time, I don't know, I shouldn't tell you that right now. I own several teams, I'll say that, less than 20 teams of Axies right now. And what I'm doing, see, I haven't even touched on this, but with what you can do with Axie is you can actually create a scholarship. This is crazy. So you can create a scholarship and you can actually allow someone else to play with your team, and you can split the earnings, 30, 70, 60, 40, whatever you want to do. You can split the earnings where they don't pay anything. They're able to play the game and they earn some of the profit for playing the game, and they don't have any risk at all. That's a whole nother concept. I mean, that's one of the best businesses probably, or at least the most fully functional businesses. There are people making full-time income by running, 100 different Axie scholars, for example, making whatever, $50 a piece or something, just throwing out some round numbers. That actually happens, if you go check out the Axie Infinity Discord, for example. So that's Axie Infinity. So from here, we're going to move on to another project. That project is, and I'll talk more about Axie later on in other videos. I've got tutorials coming up on how to actually get started with Axie because I think it's very, very interesting. Right now, price is so low, I think it may be a good time to get into Axie. But moving on. Next up, we're going to be talking about one of the more ambitious projects in the space. It's the Gala Games. So Gala Games is a very, very, very interesting project. Gala Games has several games. The main CEO of Gala Games, my understanding is I think is the same CEO of Zynga Games from Facebook, from Farmville, all those games way back when. This Gala Games is a whole group of games right now. They just announced The Walking Dead Empires. That's going to be very interesting. Some sort of survival MMORPG. You can't really play that game yet. We'll come back to this one. Miranda's Legacy's coming out. It's not playable yet, but it's going to be like a business tycoon type Sims simulator. Last Expedition, some sort of space game. Echoes of Empire. Not sure what that's about yet. It's not playable. Spider Tanks is playable. I'm still looking at this one, but it's some sort of PvP type brawler. I don't really know how this in-game currency works. I'm going to be looking at this a little bit later. Townstar, which is very interesting, and Fortified are all the games here so far. Two of these I'm going to talk about specifically that you can play to earn with right now. Spider Tanks, my understanding is you can play to earn with it. I don't know enough about it right now. Townstar, this is a kind of a Farmville type simulator. The problem with Townstar is it's free to play. When you play it, you don't actually earn anything unless you buy certain in-game projects. Townstar is interesting, and it's something that I'm keeping an eye on. There is a play-to-earn mechanic to it right now, but it's not a great one. Miranda's is interesting. This is like their flagship game. This is the most ambitious product, the most ambitious game anywhere in the play-to-earn space that I'm aware of. Their whole idea is to become a full player-owned economy. For like every shop is owned by players, land is owned by players, every boat is owned by players. Players own all the armor, all the weapons, everything. They're going to try to create some sort of player-based economy. And my understanding is it's supposed to be a full player-based economy. That's interesting. That means players have to run the production side of the economy and the supply side of the economy. That is something that I don't want to go too complex in the economics, but no project has been able to successfully do that. Project Entropia wasn't able to do it. Axie's not doing it yet, even though they're trying. Mirandus, if they can pull it off, is going to be extraordinary. Now, Gala Games is also very interesting because you can support their ecosystem. You can get a Gala node, which is very, very expensive right now, but the people who got in early and got Gala nodes early are earning daily rewards for those nodes. I think a node right now is like $70,000, $80,000, kind of nuts. But the people that are running those nodes, it's a legitimate node that you have to run. You have to host the node. The people that are running those nodes and hosting those nodes are making some great earnings right now at this time. I wanted to put this video together. I really just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what's happening in the play-to-earn space. Is the play-to-earn space legit? Yes. Is it a bunch of sketchy games? No. In fact, I got a project I'm going to be talking about here in a week. I'm going to be trying to do an interview with the CEO for a play-to-earn game, which I didn't even speak about right now, but they actually have a fully playable game, and they're implementing some play-to-earn features and some NFT features inside that game. And they're taking a bit of a different approach. A lot of times people are coming in here, they're selling land, and they're really raising funds that way. They're selling land deeds, and people are getting excited, but you can't actually do anything with those land deeds yet, for example. You can't do anything with a lot of these NFTs yet. You're buying them hoping they have value, hoping they have a use case you're going to enjoy. That's what a lot of these games, not just Gala, a lot of games are doing it right now. But this particular project, and if I've already done the interview, I'll link it above or I'll put it on the end screen. They have a fully functioning game. I don't even want to tell you the theme of the game. I'm going to try to test it out before myself and give you my feedback before I do that interview. But they have a fully functional game, and that game is now going to implement an NFT play-to-earn marketplace. That's the whole goal going into this coming year. So, ladies and gentlemen, this space is incredible, and I want you to do me a favor. If you like the play-to-earn space, or if you have a game you love to play, put it down in the description because I want to check out. I'm certain some of you know of games I don't know of yet. And there's a lot of games I haven't mentioned. There's a game called Splinterlands out there. There's, Unchained Gods is another game out there. There's a lot of games out there. So if you are in the play-to-earn space already, go down in the description and let me know what is your favorite play-to-earn game. If you have any questions about play-to-earn, put them down in the description as well. I will try to answer them. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like this type of content, do me a favor and smash that like button because I plan to be putting more play-to-earn content on this channel as well. And of course, I'm going to be continuing to talk about projects that can offer passive income as well as cryptocurrency news and updates. There's so much to talk about in this space. This cryptocurrency thing that we're all a part of is changing the world. I believe decentralized cryptocurrency gives us more freedom. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.